In this video, we're going to talk about percentage increase and percentage decrease calculations. We already have examples on the screen, so I'll simply write out solution before we start solving. For the first question, we are asked what is the percentage increase from 20 to 24? Before even solving this question, I would like to show you the formula for calculating percentage increase and decrease. So the formula is percent change is equal to new value minus old value divided by old value times 100. Anytime your percent change here is positive, we have a percentage increase. Anytime your percent change here is negative, we have a percentage decrease. So for this question, we are told that we have an increase from 20 to 24, and we are told finally percent change. So what we are simply calculating here is percent change, and that is equal to, now the new value here is the 24. So I'll simply plug in 24 for new value here. This will be 24 minus the old value is 20. So I'll simply plug in 20 here, divided by the old value is still 20 times 100. This is equal to 24 minus 20 is 4 divided by 20 times 100. I know that 4 here is 1, 4 here is 5, 5 here is 1, 5 here is 20. So that from here we know that the percent change is 20%. Since this value is a positive value, we can tell directly that this is a percentage increase. Now let's look at the second example to help you understand further. For the second example, you're asked, what is the percentage decrease from 30 to 25? In this case, if you notice, the old value is 30 and the new value is 25. So I'll say the old value is 30. I'll use O to refer to the old value. So this will be 30, and then the new value, I'll use N to represent it. This will be equal to 25. Remember, for my formula, the percent change is equal to the new value minus the old value divided by the old value times 100. So that from here, I know that my new value is 25. So this will be 25 minus 30 divided by 30 times 100. So this is equal to 25 minus 30 is minus 5 over 30 times 100. So this is 5 into here is 1, 5 into here is 6. So if I do 1 over 6 times 100, I get something around minus 16.67%. Since our percent change is minus 16.67%, that means therefore our percentage decrease is equal to 16.67%. Apart from this kind of examples, there is also another form of examples when you are dealing with percentage increase and percentage decrease, and that's what we are going to look at next. Now, for the first example here, we are told that a house price of $225,000 was reduced by 5%. What is the new price? Let's write out solution. Now, from the question, we know that the old house price was $225,000. So that we write out the old here is equal to $225,000. Now we are told that it was reduced by 5%. This tells us that our percent change, remember, since it was reduced, that means we have a percentage decrease. Now our percent change will be minus 5%. If we had a percentage increase, our percent change would be plus 5%. And they were told to find the new price of the house. For our formula, percent change is equal to new value minus old value divided by old value times 100. From here, we can make the new value subject to formula. To do that, we can cross multiply so that we have percent change times old value is equal to new value minus old value times 100. If I divide both sides by 100, this cancels out this, so that I'll get my new value minus old value is equal to percent change times old value divided by 100. And then I can move this minus old value to the other side so that I get the separate formula of N is equal to old value plus percent change times old value divided by 100. So this is my formula that I can use to calculate my new value. So from the question, I can substitute these values and get my new value. So that the new value of the house will become $225,000 plus, remember, percent change here is a percentage decrease. So this will be minus 5 times old value is 225,000 divided by 100 here. So we can cancel out from here. We can say this cancels out the 0 here, this cancels out the 0 here. So that the new value of the house will be equal to 225,000. Now this negative sign here will multiply the positive sign here, so that we'll get the negative sign here. And then we can see minus 5 times 2,250 left here. So this is minus $11,250. And then the new price of the house can then be equal to, when we subtract this minus this, which is equal to $213,750. So therefore, the new price of the house, when it is reduced by 5%, is $213,750. That's it for this example. Let's move on to the next example. For the example, we are told that there are 1,400 workers in the factory. That tells us that the old value in the factory is 1,400. Now, a 12% decrease is expected. So that means our percent change will be equal to minus 12%. Remember, I told you that if we had an increase, it will be plus 12%. We are now told to find the new figure. So that means we are looking for the new figure. Now, from our formula where we made a change in subtractor formula, the new value is equal to the old value plus percent change divided by 100 times old value. So we can simply plug in our values into this equation to get our answer. Now the new value or the new figure would be equal to 1,400 plus our percent change was a 12% change minus 12%. Minus 12 times the old value is 1,400 divided by 100. Now I can cancel out these 2 zeros with 2 zeros here. So that the new value 1,400 plus, there's a negative sign here, remember. So we have minus 12 times 14. Minus 12 times 14 here is minus 168. So that if I add up this will be N is equal to 1,400. The negative sign multiplies the positive sign here, so that this will be minus 168. So that the new figure of workers is 1,400 minus 168, which is equal to 1,202 workers. So when there's a 12% decrease, we will have 1,232 workers. Now let's look at one final example. For this example, we are told that the number of graduates is expected to increase by 4% next year. If 41,000 students graduate this year, how many students are expected to graduate next year? You can pause the video and try to solve this one yourself. So here I write solution, and then I write the important things I need to solve my question. The first thing is that the number of graduates is expected to increase by 4%. That means my percent change is equal to plus, remember, we have an increment in this case, plus 4%. If 41,000 students graduate this year, how many are expected to graduate next year? The 41,000 students here is the old value of graduates. This will be 41,000. And then the new value of graduates is what we are supposed to calculate. Now, from the formula that we got before, we know that the new value can be calculated as equal to the old value plus percent change times old value divided by 100. So all we need to do to get the number of students that will graduate next year is to plug in these values into this formula, so that the new value for students will be 41,000 here plus. Now the percentage change here is plus, so we can just write it as 4. This will be 4 times the old value, which is 41,000, divided by 100. So we know that these two zeros can cancel out. 2 zeros here. We have 410 here. And then we have the new value is equal to 41,000 plus 4 times 410 here is 1,640. So if we add up these two values, we have the new value as equal to 42,640. So the new number of graduates or people that are expected to graduate next year is 42,640 students. So that's it. That's how to calculate percentage increase and percentage decrease. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.